Hi people, I'm the average Scot consumer and this is the Krups subcompact home beer machine. If you like this video, hit that like button for me and also subscribe to my channel for some more personal and home and kitchen technology videos. So I actually got this as a Christmas present and I used it a lot over the Christmas period, so I got my money's worth. As you can see, this is a subcompact edition, but it also comes in the normal version, which you can get in a Heineken special edition as well. But they both take the same size of beer canisters, so there probably isn't that great a need to upgrade to the bigger version. So the box shows you some of the beers you can get for it, and you can go on the website and there's a bigger selection, and one of the ones I noticed was the Brewdog Punk IPA beer, and Brewdog is really popular right now, so that's a really popular edition. As you can see there, it's sold out. So there is quite a big range in prices for the tops, but I would say the average for the normal lagers is about £7 or £8, but bear in mind that in order to get free delivery you have to order 8 at the one time, and that could be about £60 or £70. There's also a deal section of the website, and that's where I got mine's. It was the machine with the 4 tops of Moretti, and that's 8 litres of beer and the machine for £99, so it's quite a good deal there. And you get multi-pack deals of the tops as well for reduced prices. But the machine itself, it seems really well made, so there's no complaints there. And you've also got this little drip tray as well that you can put below it. So I got Moretti, which is my favourite Italian beer, and how you put these into the machine is you click this little tube into the top of the bottle, and these come with every torp, so you don't need to keep them. You then open the lid, take the handle out and click the bottle in at the back first and then the front, and you'll hear the machine and the compressor kick in, and that lets you know that it's in properly. You then feed the tube down to the little hole at the front and push it through, and then you put the handle on the top of that and shut it over and wait for the machine and the light to go green at the front, and that means it's chilled and ready to be poured. You then use a freezer chilled glass and pour away, and when you do that you realise that something's wrong and it's not working. I then start mucking about with it, try to see what's wrong, and somehow when I pull the handle down, the beer starts coming out, but the handle unit itself comes off the machine, so I can't get the beer to stop pouring. And I'm also making a mess of the kitchen, and I'm losing all this beer that I paid good money for, so I start to panic. So eventually I do get it to stop pouring beer out by putting the handle back on in the pouring position and then lifting it up to turn it off. But what I originally think was the problem, and it could be quite common, is that there was a little bend in the tube and a little nick which could have stopped it flowing freely out of the end. So it's important to make sure that this is completely smooth and there's no nicks in this little tube. That, even if there is a little nick and it's still pouring, that might actually also affect how much foam there is in the beer when you do pour it. So once the machine's set up properly, you can then pour a glass, and it's recommended that you put it at 45 degrees and keep the glass as close to the nozzle as you can. So with the first couple of glasses you're probably going to get a bit more foam than you would have hoped, so it's best here to reduce this by using a freezer chilled glass. The website recommends you pour for a couple of seconds and then throw the excess foam away, or you could give it a minute and let it settle and then continue pouring, and this should help. So there you go, a lovely pub style beer, and what I would say is it's definitely better than drinking from a bottle or a can at home. It's definitely more effort as well because you need to chill the tops well in advance and put them in the freezer. And if you're drinking more than 3.5 pints, which is what each of these tops contains, then you need to chill 2 or 3 at a time as well. And it's also more expensive, and you need to order a minimum of 8 tops at a time to get free delivery. So in my opinion, it is definitely worth the extra expense and the effort, because as I said, you're not going to get beer like this from a can or a bottle, and this is the best way to do it if you want to drink good beer at home. I'm the Average Scot Consumer, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.